Now I'm even more upset than I was before. It's a lyric. You know, at first I was like, I want to sing. Then I thought, I don't have no lyrics. And then I went, wait a minute. Aren't words just lyrics without melody? I said, if that's the case, I have a million songs.
Hi guys, thanks for joining us on the Elation Podcast today, where we enjoy exhilarating euphoria through creation and collaboration. Today we're here with Tarriona Ball, Miss Tank from Tank and the Bangers. How are you?
Hey David, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
Was you struggling to get my name good?
No, not after our little talk. No. We got the Terry is marked in because of your dad now.
Yep,
we're good.
Tarriona.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. But how are you?
I'm good. I feel pretty good.
That's awesome. That's
what about
awesome.
you?
I'm awesome. I'm awesome. Glad to have you here today.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all the success from everything and all the new things going on and so proud of you from being from New Orleans. I'm so proud of someone else from New Orleans that's doing original good things that are exploding in the world and showing the rest of the world who New Orleans is.
Yes.
So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
But we're gonna go through a lot of music things and talks and all that. But let's just start basic.
Okay.
Where you from? What school you went to? Which is always the New Orleans question you just asked me. So that way we can find out the dynamics of where you lived, and then we'll just move on from there.
I grew up in New Orleans East, and I went to Sarah T. Reed High School, and I grew up in the 8th Ward on Music Street.
On Music Street.
And it's special, like right across from Morrow's.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Larry, huh?
I always tell him if the food is good or not.
Oh, good. Well, good. You got to keep him on his toes. All right. So tell me a little bit about the East. What soaked in from the East that created the Tank today?
I lived around the corner from some girls that opened up my mind to different type of music. That was dope. To the Spice Girls and Selena. I think that's probably it. And starting the girl group really early.
Definitely different than what most people were probably listening to back then.
Definitely. But and we had a little girl group growing up, and so that was dope. I don't even know what the hell we call ourselves. I wrote some of my first little songs with them, and that was fun. I liked growing up around them, and I loved going to Rodney's and getting a snowball in the East. I loved living right up the street from Jazzland.
Okay.
Everybody in the whole neighborhood will go to that theme park and just play and just play all day, and we would sneak in. So we had fun.
Sneak into Jazzland, huh?
I mean, I didn't sneak in all the time. I was the candy. We was the candy lady.
No
in my
wonder why they
neighborhood.
went out of business. Everybody was sneaking in.
I do feel like we had something to do with that for sure. I feel horrible about that,
Now it's a horror film video.
I heard that they're doing something very cool with the land soon.
Do
something.
I hope so.
Something.
I hope so.
Do something.
I mean. I always enjoyed Six Flags, even though we were more like Five Flags here. It was nice.
That's true.
It was nice. It was great to have something like that.
It was great. We needed something, and it's a lot of land to be developed here, and that was a lot of land. And some of my best memories of my childhood come from riding the Mega Zeph and literally seeing concerts and having literally Mardi Gras in the middle of the day. It was
they used
amazing.
to do concerts here. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, I saw Smokey Norfolk there.
Oh wow. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, bring back Jazzland, huh?
Bring back Jazzland. And when we say that, we mean bring back
the original Jazzland.
Bring back things in this city that was special and helped people to grow and change and imagine.
Even Pontchartrain Beach, like what happened to all? There was so much before Katrina that the city had.
Oh my God, just snatched it away.
I mean,
I feel like a lot of cities rebuild a little better than us, honestly, infrastructure wise, and we just taking way too long.
Yeah, and I don't really want to get too much into this stuff, but it always dives into politics and the dynamics of balancing Orleans versus kind of everybody else.
Who you voting for? I'm just playing.
Yeah,
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I actually can take a backseat to this one because I live in Jefferson. So
good for you.
So I can take a backseat to this mayor. This
lucky you.
But To be honest with you, my grandfather did a lot of business in the city. My grandfather was very close with Dutch Morial and and Mark as well
My grandma
and
loved Mark Morial.
yeah, it's just funny. I as for what he got put away for, there's been so many politicians that should have gone away. Like the little things that he did were really not that big a deal considering what happened after him, and nobody went to jail. Like it's crazy. But yeah, Mark was great. I grew up. I was like this high of meeting Mark. But we've had some weird politicians in the city.
Yeah, even the people that want to run, it's like, wow, that's interesting.
Well, and then what? Only like 25% of the people vote in New Orleans or something like that. It's
Gotta
something
vote
small
some.
like that.
We have to vote more. We have to vote.
I don't.
And I don't know what's gonna make us vote. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know what's gonna make us vote more.
And people blame the alcohol and the Big Easy part on us, but there's weird. It's weird to me that only 20-30% of the people vote. Like, because I'm from here and like. I feel very powerful about representing New Orleans. So voting for New Orleans would be a big thing on my agenda if I lived in New Orleans to vote there, and it's weird to me that we don't have that type of like closeness to the political process,
You're right. Especially seeing as though it affects us so greatly. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
It affects us. I think we would just rather complain.
Well, but it affects us everywhere with music. It affects us with the film. It affects us with.
I wish they would bring back the film initiatives.
Don't even get me started. So I'm on the board of Film Louisiana.
Okay, bring back the film initiatives.
It ain't our fault. Okay, it ain't our fault. Unfortunately, the state representatives fumbled the ball. And what I try to explain. There's a huge difference to where we are now in the film world to when we were when we started these credits. Because when we started these credits, we were the first state to do it, okay? Which is nuts to think overall. But we were the first state to truly do it. Now, there's 27 other states that offer the same or better tax credits.
Wow.
So, since we fumbled it in the last couple of years... Everybody has moved to these other cities that do the same tax credits or better. Why would they move back? And that's what gets me. It's like, well, I understand like things move, things shift, but what are we doing as a state to offer something different again that these other states don't have? And to that question, there's nothing. We literally just re-implemented what we fumbled.
I mean, it is a special place.
Yeah, so unless you're coming here to film specifically
like
for New Orleans,
it's also Louisiana shit.
Yeah, or a swamp, or you need to get some old time architecture that can't be AI'd in.
I mean, that's true. I mean,
we got it.
The vamp. I mean, and they gonna build their sets, but like you saw the vampire,
Diary
of a Vampire, whatever it was. The new one, it was dope.
Yeah, it was awesome, but it was built offsite.
It was
right. So
you gonna think nobody won't come.
No, I know.
We got to get off this business talk because we're not talking nothing about the book.
No, I know. But this is the beauty of podcasts because tangents are where you get your real information from, But no, you're right. No more political talk. We want you all back. Please come, and we'll just go from there. We'll give you all the best music you ever heard. How's that? But on a music industry side, I do feel like we are in a good place moving forward. I feel like there's a lot of people advocating for the music side and the music business here in New Orleans right now. How do you feel?
I feel like that we're trying. At least we're not taking it laying down.
Right.
We have so much talent here. And we just, to be a part of people that's really trying to build the infrastructure here and trying to make some business here. Because it really does feel like it's almost like a cap. It's like a ceiling. Once you get the biggest thing there is to offer in New Orleans, probably the Superdome. Maybe you perform in it. Maybe you do the anthem. Maybe perform for the Super Bowl. I don't know. But that's your cap.
Yep. Getting the Saints to chant your song. That's about it, right? Yeah. No, and it's sad that you have to leave the city to progress. in my opinion.
In a certain type of way, but I don't feel like you have to leave and live somewhere else. You can definitely do your business everywhere.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Well, I mean, just my story is I'm born and raised here, but I jumped around a little bit before LA, but I moved to LA to do music, and I was out there 9 years. And as I realized that I needed to move back for personal reasons because New Orleans is my home and LA is not, um, I realized you can use these places as tools once you've got your contacts.
Yes.
And then but go back home and live your normal life and use your tools when you need them.
Yes.
And but unfortunately you have to leave the city to get those tools.
You
disagree with me, please.
Only because you don't have to, because of the internet now.
Okay.
You can reach. Other places have a little bit more reach, but you can reach. From right here at home, we won our first Grammy. From right here at home, we won Tiny Desk. From right here at home, we drove back and forth to go win Afro Punk. You can definitely, the internet can help. It's another tool.
Okay.
To help you be exactly where you are and still reach thousands and millions of people.
So tell me a little bit about the process. Well, let's start over. Because Tavi and I, we've talked about how many people believed in you guys before, believed in her and believed in you guys before things really were moving forward.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about coming into that process and learning that how many locals and people that you grew up around believed in you guys' process.
They believed probably more than we believed even at times. They would just invest in us, even in ways. And now when I say investing, I mean even the giving something to get something, going in barbershops. Hey, can I just do a little song for you? Disrupt your clients right quick. Or the fact that we used to always be at the hair salon singing, and the owner of the salon, which was Tavia's aunt, would put on a show for us there, and we would have shows at the shop. Or passing around the bucket when we were Liberation Lounge after everybody did a set. Oh, we're trying to rent an RV to get on the road. Everybody putting in $3 until we able to rent something out, hosting these backyard parties so we could go and live in London. That's some real community pushing right there.
Yeah.
We couldn't have did it alone. We didn't have the resources to. So we really are community babies, real grassroots, real open mic New Orleans, did almost every festival in New Orleans could offer us,
But I also feel like that's very New Orleans too, the whole story, the city gets behind people they believe in, and we push like nothing else, and it's very natural how it all happens like that, and it was just beautiful to watch you guys' story.
It never even felt like a big struggle. I think probably because I lived at home, of course. I think if I was on my own, things would be completely different. But because when you have your family to hold you up if you do fall, it just felt like a part of this big story that we were going to tell later on, even all the twists and the turns.
Well, so let's talk about the beginning of Tankin' Bangers. Like when did spoken word become a part of your life?
Probably around when I was really young, reading my sister's poetry books.
Okay.
And her diaries, which I had no business reading, of course. But her poetry was so good, and I just memorized her poetry, and I still know it by heart. And when I was young, I always was just into stuff, into creative things, into writing, making magazines, writing books, just all that type of stuff. And so it started really early, and I just started speaking into existence that I just wanted a band, and I wanted an album. Lord, it's just such a little story. I'm like, oh my Jesus. I feel like one of the first two people to make those dreams come true was literally Ty and Gus Bennett and Ross Smooth.
Right.
Raj was doing
Shout out Raj.
He was literally doing a picture for Courtney Hart, and in exchange, Gus was like, just get Tarriona in the studio. I had met Gus just being on campus at Suno, just singing all the time.
Right.
And he exchanged my studio time for some pictures and planted one of the first seeds. Wow. Let's go. I was with a poetry group in New Orleans that we always combined music and poetry together. It made it really cool.
That's cool.
So I knew that once I had a musical group that I was just going to always do that and keep them together.
So spoken word was kind of the beginning of everything.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I always sang, but I just wrote better than I sang, honestly.
Okay, because you have a beautiful voice, so
it had to be groomed to be a beautiful voice.
Okay.
To me, I thought it was all in the lips, you know, like and I went, oh, it's not. Okay,
there's a lot behind the lips.
It's something behind it.
Yeah, that's hysterical. Well, so is there a story of spoken word that captured you so much that you just
like this the career right here?
Yeah.
I think it was like I used to do Brave New Voices, HBO's Brave New Voices, and just the fact that my first time really going out of town to California, it was through poetry.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my gosh, poetry can pay for my life. Poetry can make me travel. I'm about to pursue this. I'm about to pursue this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's dope. It could provide a living. And to be amongst a lot of teenagers just like myself, it was like the Poetry Olympics, you know, being amongst like-minded people that was weird and different, and the teens were so powerful. Their writing was incredible. I was amongst my people.
How would you explain the mixture that you've created, which is between
music and poetry? Mm-hmm. It's spiritual, because something will literally whisper in my ear when to sing it and when to speak it like it's a poem. You know, it's just one could be, if the poem chooses to be the poem, the song chooses to be the song. And when I'm on stage, they can be both.
So I was going to ask you, how much is written and how much is improv?
It's all written.
Okay.
And then when I get up there, I'll you know, it's just like as simple as one of the poems there says, I thought I wanted more. I'm not sure if breaking up settled the score or opened the door. Now I'm even more upset than I was before. Right. It's a lyric. You know, at first I was like, I want to sing. Then I thought, I don't have no lyrics. And then I went, wait a minute. Aren't words just lyrics without melody? I said, if that's the case, I have a million songs.
They have a million songs. You know, and I one of the things that I love about music is that in my opinion, there is no end to the learning process of music. And in blending things like spoken word into popular music, I feel like it's such a New Orleans like
it is.
Like powerful moment. Like we will bring music to anything. We
really will. And they don't like that. Guess what? They don't like that. Oh, they don't like that.
Really?
Ooh.
Really?
It makes them confused. They say, what are you doing? Is it poetry? Is it rap? Are you singing? What are you doing here? I don't even think that you should be even considered for that Grammy because you're singing. But I'm like, where I'm from, people sing all the time. Where I'm from, children sing on the corner. Where I'm from, the brass band can't even sing, but they singing.
Right.
And they playing. I'm like, it's just where I'm from. It's just inside of us. We sing during the second line. Even if you can't sing, you singing.
You singing,
It's
right.
just, it's my culture. I'm not trying to confuse y'all. I'm not trying to slide my music in with my poetry. This is just who I am. It's my culture. It's where I'm from. We sing.
Right.
Even Sonny Patterson said, you walking through the second line. It's hard just walking. But put that music in that beat. Put that music in it. Now you could go a little longer. Now you can walk a little longer. Now 3 blocks ain't so long. It's just what we are. But people they confused by it and they don't like it. I think it's the reason why people take from New Orleans and then they just leave the rest of it.
Leave, yeah.
I got a song that need a little bounce with it.
Yeah.
You know, I need you on this song. You know, like they just take a little piece of it and leave. They just leave the rest of it behind because it's so unique. They just don't know what to do with it. It's like a nice accessory for an outfit, but it's not a hat they want to wear all the time.
Right. I hear you. No, but they can't wear it all the time because it's not real.
Right. After that, we'll just call you stealing.
Right. You know, like you don't need any hats because it's all inside. Right. You know, and it was it's great. It's great to see some original New Orleans creativity get broadcasted on a national stage. you know. And so tell me about those moments, because I mean there was a lot, and Tavi and I, we've had some conversations about some of the early stuff, but tell me about those moments when it was like, okay, this is different. This is this is national calling. This is us getting exposed to a different audience. This is us moving forward. Tell me about those moments.
I think that even when you have those big moments, you're always having New Orleans in the back of your mind, that you want to impress your city and make your city proud of you. Even when we did Jimmy Fallon,
I was gonna say,
like,
I was getting ready to bring up the Jimmy Fallon thing because I watched it and it was great. Like,
so scared.
Even Jimmy's response afterwards, you know, because you know, he's always excited, but like you could tell the natural, like,
it was very natural.
Oh my God,
he chilled with us afterwards and everything.
yeah.
But you know what? It's because I spoke it.
Right.
Right before we did Jimmy Fallon, I had already did it with Nora Jones. I sung background with her for a moment, and I got on that stage and I said, I'm coming back here with my band. I said, and Jimmy Fallon's gonna love us. That's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what
Exactly what happened. But I'm always thinking about New Orleans. I'm like, oh, I hope I impress New Orleans. Even though New Orleans is like number 13 on our listening list, or number 15. So I don't even know why I'm always trying to impress y'all. You don't even listen to us.
But that's okay. Like, listen. As a creative, I will say you get more.
It don't be your city high that crazy.
No,
that's a surprise to me.
The people that don't know you give you more praise than anybody that knows you, and I don't know why. Well, maybe we gotta, you gotta impress the people that know you more for some reason, but. You always get more praise from people that don't know your story, and somehow fell in love with what you do.
I'm still hold New Orleans very near to my heart.
Oh, it's never.
And it inspires and all these things, So even if you're not listening, I'm still creating. For
Oh
you.
no! Believe me, everybody's listening. I wanted to ask you too, because a lot of what you do to me seems very theatrical. Mm-hmm. And Broadway-esque. Mm-hmm. Have you transferred anything that you're doing into plays or musicals? Because I feel like you would do an amazing job telling a New Orleans story.
They think so, and they say so.
Musical.
I'm not a theater kid.
But
never been on Broadway. Never really, honestly, went to go like purposely see a play or anything like that. I did Baduisms.
Okay.
Like once, maybe twice. I think I did it twice, right? But not. That's not. I think I'm this way because I just play with my dolls for a long time, and I play with my sister, and I play by myself. When I do it, I don't feel like I'm being a character. I don't have a separate name for it. It's just. I'm just playing.
Right.
I'm just playing with myself. I'm just playing.
Being you. You're just being you, right? Or being a character you decide to be in that moment.
Just being a different part of myself at that moment.
Okay.
Which is the playful side, which is the childlike, which is the girl that literally did play with her dolls until she was in her 20s, who had a good time playing, who used her imagination.
Imagination, big word, especially for this stuff. Do you feel like imagination has been chiseled down through how our life processes nowadays?
It's so sad. It has.
Right?
It has. That's why they constantly just remaking movies instead of coming up with brand new ideas for new ones. So many remakes. Because as much as we're all connected, we've never been so disconnected.
Right.
And so like empathy, all of it is
dehumanized.
We're dehumanized. You literally see a death on your phone, scroll up and see a makeup tutorial, and you're over the death now.
Right.
So it's not helping us, and it's not helping our imagination, especially if we're not reading as much as we used to. Right. It's not helping us at all. It's not helping us at all.
Because actually, I was gonna actually ask you about AI, because there's certain things that AI cannot replicate, and spoken word is one of them. 100%.
Yeah, hopefully, because look how you inching towards our music like this. I thought that the music was something you couldn't touch. Now you got a whole gospel voice out here. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, but to that point, and I've dived into, or Doven into, what's the right word for that? Anyway, into
Dibbing.
AI. Yeah. You are the English major, right? No, I did a deep dive over the summer, and I did it truly just to find out how I was being replaced as a producer. It's the only reason why I did it. And at first, it ruined all of my creativity, like ruined everything in my head. Like, oh man, like I need to find a new career. Like I need to find a new profession. Like literally, like went through my head in the beginning of the first couple of weeks of diving into it. Then I realized it's not good unless the person driving it is good. So start realizing that it's just a vehicle to use at certain points. And yeah, it can get lucky and spit out something crazy and good. But it really isn't going to spit out anything good unless you prompt it correctly or you know the words to
prompt
use.
it correctly.
And the lyrical writing process is laughable. I mean, the words and the
I've been seeing some things lately though. It ain't horrible.
Well, but a lot of that is humanized.
It is.
So a lot of that is like, and I've done it where like I create a song and then I through a theme and then I take the words and I replace 75% of the words and it becomes a good song.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that like it'll be singing about things that humans don't sing like that about. You know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't mesh well with the human world.
You've used the AI to make a song before?
I have.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I have. I've used at this point. I've used an AI to make a whole artist. So
Damn.
I can create a persona. So like, let's say I go through 100 songs.
It's about to be a scary ass.
That I created through AI, and I find one that it made that I liked the voice of.
Mm-hmm.
I can now save that as a persona, and now I can recreate the next song with the same voice, however I want to see fit. Then it goes to then it's through the prompts of how.
Is this all through Chat GTP?
No.
I had to say what
No,
are you using?
No. Suno is the production that I use.
Oh my God.
And it's listen, it's amazing, but it still needs a human directing it.
For now.
For now, correct. But like I said in the beginning of this segment, there are certain things that it will never be able to replicate. And spoken word is one of them. It will never be able to do that. It's too creative. It's too off the cuff. It's too human. Okay? Because
it can write a poem though. You know that though, right?
Yeah, it can write a poem. It can write a poem. It can rhyme. Great. But like there's a meaning behind the rhymes that have to make sense. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, and in the human world, there's we're not in a computer world. So there are human connections of things that computers just will never understand. So if we as creatives keep that human connection, which we lost during COVID, during Katrina, during major moments in our lives, we've lost connections with the human part. And I say Katrina because
it messed us up.
Yeah, well, but
the family's not even as close as they were.
Well, and everybody got shipped out and
the
spread apart.
We never used to be on the internet like that.
But also, I mean, I try to explain to people that didn't know the city before Katrina, which was we didn't have that many franchises. This was we had mom and pops, we had. The franchises that were here were started here. Like the first Dunkin' Donuts was here, like Ruth Chris Steakhouse was here, like yeah, we had some franchises, but most of them were started here. After Katrina, all the corporate money came in. We franchise after franchise after franchise, and then all of those franchises bought local mom and pop shops with the names, and then tourism them to where they're now just tourist food. And so we lost a lot of that heart and soul of everything that we had with all that corporate money coming in. Wow. So it's kind of that same side. AI brings in that computerized version of the creativity. It's that corporate world, of the food industry. It's the same thing that's doing to us. Now, I just hope as creatives in New Orleans that we learn how to use these programs to help ourselves, but also how to differentiate ourselves in the industry. And in my opinion, that is just to stay true to who we are, period, because it can never replicate you. I don't see a computer ever being able to replicate your tiny desk. I don't ever seen that ever. And so, no, shout out to you, because it is truly original, truly amazing.
Mistakes and all.
No, hey, it was truly a blessing to see our culture looked at in that way.
That's cool. Because I never felt like we even truly represented stereotypical New Orleans, with brass and jazz and bounce.
Well, and I can understand your thought process on that, but what differentiates yourself, in my opinion, as truly New Orleans is truly unique. And what was it? Frank Sinatra said there's only 3 real cities in the world or in the country. It's New York, San Francisco, and New Orleans.
What?
And I
you
just
say Chicago?
Yeah, no, Chicago. Sorry, deep dish, no Chicago. But I just think that it was amazing to see something so cultural and so genuine and so real to be looked at on a national stage and given the credit that it deserved.
Thank you. Felt amazing.
What was like that? What was that call like? Tell me. Like you guys were sitting around and
Tavia kind of told us that she think that we were going to win because of the way that they told her, like, I think, to be ready for like a particular call at a certain time. And she was like, and it was like, you think we won? She's like, I don't think they call us to tell us we lost.
yeah. No news is not good news at that point, right? Yeah, that's
we
right.
were very excited, but I don't think that we realized how big it was. But Bob Boiling kind of let us know that, like, this is a really big deal. Your life is about to change. He was right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's talk about the shows you've done since. Like, tell me some of your favorite shows that you've done since.
Oh my gosh, it's too many. It's like stage after stage. I think it's certain important bookmarks for the entire band, I would say, is Apollo.
Okay.
Because we literally was like, took all our instruments outside the Apollo and tried to play it like the police was like, all right, get from out of here. Guerrilla style. We used to just pull up on people with our music, our instruments, and just try to play for people. So to be invited back was a big deal. And of course, everybody wants to get Coachella.
Right.
So that's cool. They have good food, and Norman always wanted to do Bonnaroo. And Glastonbury is an amazing festival. I love that festival. And performing at the Blue Notes in Japan is just beautiful.
Talk
amazing.
about breaking barriers. I mean, festival stages, spoken word on festival stages.
Always gonna be there too. Always putting a poem in it.
Just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Always hoping that they listen. Always looking at who's in the crowd. Sometimes a little nervous about what I'm about to speak about and if they're going to understand it or relate to it. Because very, a lot of times it's very pro-black.
I was going to ask you, do you adjust anything on stage?
Sometimes, hell yeah. Sometimes for sure. Because I'm not always in the mood to explain the beauty of my culture. Especially, it's very exhausting. Because the poems are very exhausting. They're more exhausting than the songs.
Right.
Oh, it's a lot of energy. So if I did it one time with black folk, then I may not do it again with this black girl. The guys will literally do the music and I'll do a whole different poem. And they'll look at me like this and I'll look at them like this. And because I'm like, I've changed the poem.
I say this growing up here, but I almost feel like the blackness should be not necessarily need to be explained in a sense. Like the black culture at this point is like, we're pretty much entrenched in everything. Like it should be more about the the dynamics of New Orleans culture and how we blend in with America, not necessarily needing to explain the black culture side of it, because we should understand it at this point. You know what I mean? But not saying we do. But I'm saying we should.
Are you a Creole man?
What do you mean? Like we should. Am I wrong?
I wonder, are you
Are we? Am I off? Like, we should understand this at this point. Like, this is a. I mean, we grew up together. Like, this is different. Like, this is a different
wrong? But
generation.
guess what though? Doing certain pieces at Jazz Fest is different. It's a different crowd.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
It is.
Are they
Even in New Orleans, even in your own city, it looks different though when you out there and it's a sea of white people.
Okay. So tell me about those changes. Tell me about those little intricate changes that you would do.
It doesn't happen very often. If it happens on stage, then I'll just change it to another poem, and it's only because it's not even about you being uncomfortable. I don't feel like being uncomfortable.
Okay.
I don't feel like shouting to you how beautiful and black people are, and or even my own self. Like, especially if the whole poem is about that, like, I'm not in the mood. It's literally exhausting, and I don't feel like trying to prove it to you right now.
Okay.
But if I'm in the mood, if I have all the confidence and air and energy, then I don't care.
Right.
I'm a pop it.
I hear you. And it is funny because growing up here, I do feel like I lived different than other places. Meaning, like, I feel like I do feel like a little more entrenched, a little more natural in your culture than I do anywhere else. And I don't feel like that blend happens in a lot of cities. They're kind of separated into different.
They said that even our Jazz Fest is separate. They'll say that there's this black side and there's a white side.
I can kind of see that.
They say that.
I can kind of see that. Although I just don't see any actual New Orleans people caring about the separation. Like, we blend everything.
I think it's the people that probably work there will feel it more, of the section that they add, or that they feel like Congo could be in a better space. Stuff like that. I mean, I didn't realize it until I started speaking to people that's been working the fest for years.
See, I always saw it as a spectator, not someone from the inside. So just from someone going to Jazz Fest, I always saw it as, well, everybody's got their own, or everything has its own tent, like jazz and blues and gospel, and then there's like the main stage where they put all the big paid acts on, and then everything kind of gets separated in between. So I felt like almost everything as a whole in Jazz Fest is separated, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the culture shouldn't be separated. The look is like, well, where have you been?
There's definitely different treatment on different stages.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, because we should all be excited about this part of the culture,
Yeah, I feel you.
Well, so tell me about some things you've got moving forward in the new process of Tank of the Bangers. I see you have a book in your lap.
I do. My new poetry book, my second poetry book, The Thing About Falling.
Oh, wow.
I'm really
love the
excited.
title.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
The first one was Vulnerable AF, and this one is The Thing About Falling, because when you fall, I feel like it's never on purpose. It's never on purpose. It's like a mistake. So, but it will be so great to land into dependable arms.
I hear you. You learn a lot in the falling process.
You can, and I always get good material. Well, we're taking the bangers. Just curating, just creating new sound and new sounds, and figuring out, because we're in the process of, like, we're around the corner from being done from our next album, which I'm really excited about, and it's amazing. And I spent a lot of time in California and New Orleans creating it, And I really love it. I'm around the corner. I hate being right around the corner from being done because like I hate mastering and mixing and notes and things. I hate it. I hate the process.
There's a saying in, like, it's two different people. The mixing engineers and the creatives are separate people, because to listen to a snare drum 1,000 times to try to figure out certain frequencies, it isn't necessarily always the best thing for a creative to do. Like, it's different creative ears and brains, but as you're writing or producing, like, the mixing process, if you're not into it, can ruin everything.
It can. I never liked this part, but I am definitely growing them ears and listening for things. And oh my God, and then you have to listen to it, and then you have to listen to it so much that you tired of your own damn song. God damn, I don't want to be tired of my own song.
By the time it gets out, I don't ever want to hear it again.
That's the crazy part. Oh my gosh. But it's a dope project, and I'm excited to play the songs live because this go round I definitely wanted I wanted it to sound like a band. I wanted gang vocals, and I wanted the crowd to interact with us and have fun because we just have such amazing live shows, and I want them to be more interactive with it. So it was just went in there with just a like a purpose.
I got you. That's awesome. Name for the new album?
Not yet.
Not yet? Damn it. I was trying to get a viral moment.
Great features though.
Okay.
Can I mention some features? No.
All right.
Oh, well, I can say the producer though.
There you go.
The producer is one of my producers is Austin Brown.
Okay.
And he is Michael Jackson's nephew.
Okay.
He's amazing and
awesome.
He's cool and he's great and it's been so fun working with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And where is he located?
He's in LA in Earth, Wind & Fire's old studio.
Okay.
That's where we made Red Balloon at.
Okay.
And I just was walking, having just like not a great day in the studio, and he just happened to see me outside and was like, "Come see my studio, Tank." And I was like, "I really don't feel like it." And he was like, "Just come see it." He didn't even know me. I walked to his room and it was bright and white and just with a white piano and a light, which studios barely have, a window. And I just stayed with him and we just wrote and we just had a great time and we've been friends ever since and just creating.
It's amazing what vibes can do, like, and
crazy.
Those studio moments, and there are so many in LA that I miss being back here now, because those studio moments that, like,
you just don't know who's gonna pop in.
You have no idea.
You just don't know who's gonna pop in.
Have no
you don't know
idea.
who down the street. It's amazing.
You have no idea.
Bro, that's the best part. I like to be in LA making that music because everybody's in the studio.
I literally have stories of me eating in the kitchen at Record Plant and Usher walks up and, "Yo, what's up? What you doing here?" "Oh, da 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 da. Oh, come take a listen to this." And I walk into a session. It's Mark Pitts and Usher and producers and everybody.
That's so crazy you mentioned him. I just met him like 3-4 days ago.
Did you really?
I went to Jermaine Dupri party and like Usher was there and Jason Weaver and Jermaine Dupri and Bow Wow and Trey Songz. I was like, this is some Atlanta shit.
That's Atlanta shit. Yeah, that's right. And they're all
He's very
awesome.
nice too.
No, Usher's great.
Very nice.
The funny thing is, and I was the only person in the room he did not know. Okay, and he brings me in this room from the kitchen and introduces me without knowing my name.
That's fucking crazy.
Okay, and then once he finds out, once he turns to me to tell me my name, I say my name, and he gives me a high five and a hug and sits me down. And the next thing you know, I'm there for 3 hours, and we're just making music.
I just love that.
And it was just so organic, so real, so creative, and and what I really want these New Orleans creatives to understand is to stay genuine. Because the artists that are still doing it like that are genuine, are the ones that are still doing it. Mm-hmm. Usher's still a genuine artist. That's he loves what he's doing. Yeah. That's why he's still doing it. We did a and I love telling the story. We did a camp here, the second writing camp we did here. It was with Rodney Jerkins, and
they do camps in New Orleans
because of me.
Look at David.
Yeah, because of me. Hey, I grew.
They should have more writing camps.
I grew my career of doing writing camps in LA. I did them for the writing for the Grammy Association and for Grammy Camp, and for a bunch of people. But I held writing camps in LA for Bieber, for Beyonce, for Molly Mall, for Migos, for a host of different people.
Wow.
That's where I cut my teeth. So when I built this building, I built it on the sense of doing camps. So my second camp we did here was with Roddy Jerkins and Jazzy Faye. They both came for a week, and we did a camp here for a week. And Rodney was in this room, and Jazzy was in my other A room.
Where you just create. That's what you just create.
You just create for the whole week. And we brought in these
I've
guys.
never been to a writing camp.
Well, we brought in these guys, and then we brought in local writers from New Orleans to all write to these big producers' music, and then these big producers get to pitch it. Yep.
Wow. Yep. Look at that. Yep. Somebody didn't invite me. I writes down.
Oh yeah, you are definitely coming to the next one. But to the point of that, like,
I feel like I write just for me though.
Well, yeah. Well, not a lot of spoken word artists, that's for sure.
They're just poets. Spoken word is nothing but poetry.
That's
You're
true.
A poet, and it's just poetry.
It's just poetry. No, 100%. But that being said, your style would be amazing for certain singers. I hope so. Are you kidding me? I mean, I hate to pigeonhole you, but I'm sorry, but Lizzo would die over some of the songs that you would write, and there are definitely artists that are in the pop world that would take from what you're doing and create something amazing.
I think that I would be hurt that someone makes a bit off of my song.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's my song. I should sing it me.
Well, there's the artist. There's the artist in Tank right there.
But guess what? Sometimes you hear something and something comes to you and you know for sure this is not for me.
Right.
That happened to me like a couple of weeks ago, right? So I was like, I think this is for da-da-da. So sometimes it comes to you and you know it's not for you.
Yeah, being a creative sometimes it just comes out and it's like, no, I'm not going to live that, but it's cool. How do I sell it, Writing
camps, that sounds dope.
Writing camps, no. So definitely be a part of the next ones we do. I'd love to have you. But it creates an energy and a how do I say a
Did you watch that show on Netflix about the writing camps?
So I haven't yet.
It's dope. I want to say, is it like that? Do y'all house the people and everything?
Yep. I had sushi rollers next door. We had people cooking in the parking lots with food trucks and I keep you here the whole time. That's the point. But I'm from here, so I host well. So I bring good food. We had steaks. We had veal, sandwiches. We had, muffaladas. We had the whole gumbo. We had everything that you would, red beans and rice. Like we had everything here.
And they sleep in hotels or one big house?
Well, so the second one we did a couple of Airbnbs that were next to each other because we had we had like 30 people come in.
Damn.
I would like to just have it like in one spot, but when you get that many people, it's kind of hard. But the gathering spot is here, so like, and you spend most of your time in the studio. They were here for 7 days.
Yeah, I'll be here for 2.
Yeah.
Cover for 2.
But it's awesome. Those camps are amazing, and they're very creative, and you'd be a great asset to have in some of those camps.
That sounds dope.
So we'll definitely let you know. Anything you want to plug and say what's going on next, where we got the tickets and where we can see you next, and when can we buy your book?
I think that everybody could go on www.tankandthebangas.com.
All right.
Our Instagram, everything is Tank and the Bangas. I'm Think Tank 20. My book is coming out October 7th. Yeah, I'm going to do a special reading at Baldwin, and it's going to be dope. I can't wait.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have cool merch. Go buy it.
Okay. Awesome. Well, great. Well, thanks for thanks for coming here and giving us your conversation and having me a part of this journey that you're on with the book tour.
Thank you, David.
I appreciate you so much and love the original creativity that comes out of you and love that you're from New Orleans.
Thank you, David. I love that you're from New Orleans too. Good.
Awesome. Well, thanks. Well, You already shared your socials. So thanks for joining us today on the Elation Podcast. If you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe. And please check out Tank and the Bangas if you haven't at this point. They are some of the best that have come out of New Orleans, and deserve your time. So thank you guys again, and we'll see you next time. Peace.